Hello everyone, I'm Blue, and welcome to the Grim Gallery.
Hello everybody, NPCKiller here, and welcome back to On the Air. First off, I would like to take the time to thank you for all the support on the past interviews. And if you have anything you want me to ask in an interview, please leave it in the comment section down below, along with anybody that you want me to interview. Just leave that down there as well. This week we have Blue LavaSix. So hi Blue.
Hello.
Is it okay if I call you Blue?
Yes, please do.
Please do. Okay. So Blue, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing pretty handy dandy,
Right on.
considering the day.
Busy day.
Busy day. So I guess we'll go ahead and dive right into questions. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Blue, what is your channel about?
So, my channel is a multifaceted channel. It's a little bit of, well, a little bit of everything. I started off originally doing gaming on the channel, and it was mostly like horror gaming. Mostly just because like I find those the most fun at the moment. And then I kind of started to move into like doing sort of like reviewy type, like informational, analytical type content where I present a topic, and then I kind of analyze it, introduce it, and then analyze it, and kind of there's like an end message at the end of the video about it. Like usually it's a creepier related topic, like uh, top 5 evil clowns to have actually existed or something like that. And then I decided to call that series The Dark Side, and then I eventually changed that into Darkology because that was a less hashtagable name, because if you look up The Dark Side, you find like pictures of
Every weird thing.
Emperor Palpatine and like you know what I mean, like a bunch of Star Wars related stuff. There's nothing about my channel
Oh yeah, of course.
on hashtag The Dark Side. So I did that, and then I started like enjoying doing that because I saw that like I was actually getting way more views for that and a lot of like channel retention for doing that than I was for doing the gaming thing, which I still like doing. It's a lot more rewarding when I'm able to do that. So I started doing that, and then I kind of started doing like another series similar to that called The Grim Gallery, where I talk about fictional, or not necessarily fictional, because that's kind of like The Grim Gallery kind of focuses on like monsters that might exist out there in the real world.
But
And then
maybe
every
not.
yeah, maybe not. Sometimes you'll see something from like a creepypasta, or you know, something that is an urban legend kind of handed down through like various storytellings. And then every now and then I'll post a sketch up on the channel. If you know I have some time, like with friends, I will shoot a you know, silly video. I have one where we're kind of like ironically addressing the whole vaping trend that has happened recently. There's another one where we're kind of talking about a boogeyman that we made up that day, coming to us in a hotel. So there's a couple of those. And then most recently, I've been starting to kind of explore voice narration. So I've been doing some creepypasta readings and no sleep Reddit readings. And so there's quite a few different things going on with my channel, not just like one particular topic, but it all kind of tends to, I guess, point towards the darker side of things.
Okay. Basically, but you're still having fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun for me.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've met a YouTuber yet that won't do it if it's not fun.
Yeah, like there's no point. And for me, I think like if I were to just do one thing over and over again, that would get boring too. Which is why I think I probably, that's why I ended up with like a kind of a bunch of different things on the channel, because
That
I
way
like to switch it up every now and then.
That way
Yeah,
everything just stays a little fresh.
yeah, totally.
So, So where do you see your channel in about a year?
In about a year, I would love to see a handful of like at least like a couple thousand subscribers in about a year. Um, I would like to have collaborated a lot more, and um, really, I would just like to keep doing what I'm doing, and just enjoying everything that I am doing, just like I am right now. Um, just like with a larger audience, with growth and everything. I remember when I started off this year, I made a New Year's resolution to myself, like creatively, that I was going to take my YouTube channel um, in a different way. I was going to focus more on like quality content rather than like posting quantity. Um, and then I was also going to focus on like collaborating. That was a big one. So, since
Which
then I've been able to do.
which is
Oh, go
actually
ahead.
relatively hard to do in the YouTube world, surprisingly.
Well, I found that it was kind of like for sure like it was definitely a lot more challenging than I thought it would be to find like YouTubers that I wanted to collaborate with. But I feel like now that I've started doing it, it's kind of like the whole networking thing where like the more people you like work with, the more people you gain access to working
Yeah.
with, I suppose. So like yeah, within a year I'd like to be able to say that like I've collaborated with, you know, bigger YouTube channels and like have, grown as a result of that and just yeah, at the end of the day just had fun doing all that.
So what really motivates you to create?
Um hmm that's a tricky one because like it's not like a particular thing. I feel like as an artist, as anybody who creates things, I think we have like we all have this like kind of understanding like that it's just one of those things that you do because you love to do. um like I mean we all have our real lives outside of like YouTube and all that, but like for me, coming home and being able to like write and then film something and then edit it and put it together and then be able to share it with people, that is that's something that I have a passion for. Like that's something that really like I would be doing even if there was no like um response on the other side. Like it's just I don't know, it's just fun to do. It's kind of like drawing or um reading a story, and being able to act it out, like even if the camera would be off. Like it's hard. It's not, that's a hard question to answer because I don't really know what it is exactly that like drives us creatively. Um, all I know is it's something that like I would not want to be without.
That creative drive is just basically you gotta need an outlet.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. It's a way to express ourselves, I think, and
And you like the community.
YouTube is like one of the most unique things that like I've ever encountered as like someone who as a creative outlet anyway. Like I've done a lot of things like with drawing and like um film and all that, but like YouTube is something different, I feel like, because yeah, there is a community out there, and um for the most part it's a very inspirational community. Like being able to talk to viewers and or even like watch other YouTubers and see their stuff and like comment on their things and give all this feedback and like the whole Twitter sphere and like all that.
Yeah.
Like there's so much about that like I feel like the world is just beginning to understand, and it's definitely like a diamond in a rough right now. Like and I
Yeah.
love it for that.
But they're trying.
Hmm.
So is there anything that you are passionate about that's on your channel? That you like specifically do on your channel? You're just like, wow, I enjoy doing this one the most.
I think as far as like the things that I put up on my channel, I would have to say Darkology, or most recently, before I got the name changed, the Dark Side, where I talk about weird and creepy things in the world, because that one like actually like it's interesting for me when I'm like scripting and writing an episode, like to learn about all these things on whatever topic that I'm doing. I never do a topic that like I have no interest in because um, it then it kind of turns out bland. I feel like, and it's like if it's not fun for me, then how is anyone else gonna like enjoy watching it?
Yeah.
So I definitely make sure that like what I'm doing there is fun, and usually like I said before, it's like I focus on topics like real clowns that actually existed, or could science really create a creature like Cell from Dragon Ball Z, things like that. And then I spend a lot of time doing that, and then filming it is another thing where that takes like not actually not that much time. But then when I get into the editing room and I spend like
A
hours and
year,
hours
yeah.
and hours working on it, and like looking up music, and figuring out what graphics I want to use, and it's just like kind of like stitching together like a piece of art, and then finally posting it, and then seeing that people are responding to it. That's something that like is like holy to me. You know what I mean? Like it's just, yeah, it's great. Because like when you work really hard on something and
You want to be
people
appreciated for
like
doing
it,
it. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So I would say I enjoy doing that the most, because it gets the most like it's the most that I work on, like out of everything. Like I can read a creepypasta and then edit it and like upload it in maybe like 2 or 3 hours, but an episode of Darkology takes like 2 weeks, at the very at the very least. So
So do you?
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just kind of like ending the ending the topic there.
So do you? Who's your favorite YouTuber?
Jontron,
Okay,
without a doubt.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Why is that your favorite YouTuber?
He's just got a really like he's got a really feel good thing about his videos. Like I like how his videos are just like entertaining, but he also brings like sort of a freshness to it, because he's always bringing something new that you haven't really seen before. Or maybe you have, but it's like because it's so retro, it's kind of like it's fun to look back on the past and kind of see like, oh my god, we like those things, or whatever. He does like for him, I think a lot of it has to do with like the personality as well. Like he has a very entertaining personality where he cuts in a lot of jokes in his videos, and I just love watching his videos. Um, so yeah, he's definitely one of the YouTubers that I've been following for
Long time.
a few years now. But I think out of all of like, because I used to have like my favorite YouTuber, quote unquote, has like changed several times, but like I think Jontron has like remained one of my favorites for like the longest. So in a heartbeat, like when you asked me that question, I was just like, yeah, it's probably Jontron. Um,
So would you say he's the YouTuber that made you want to start YouTube?
that's a great question. I think he's one of the YouTubers definitely that like gave me that kind of spark to start my own stuff, but I can't credit it all to like one channel in particular, because there's so many YouTubers and so many different influences that I have um, when it comes to like sharing my stuff on YouTube. Like I'm a big fan of YouTubers like Rob Dyke and Onision, and well, uh, I would say that that would be more accurate a few years ago. He's kind of done a not so great things recently. I don't know about his content these days. They call him the antagonist of YouTube these days, is what I've heard, or the villain of YouTube. But I enjoy watching Let's Players. I was really into Markiplier for a little bit, and then I got super into Jacksepticeye for a second.
Yeah,
Um,
he's kind of got that personality as well.
he's definitely entertaining, and like there's a sense of like realness to his videos, where it's not just like hey, I'm posting a let's play to get viewers to watch me and everything. Like he's actually like, I feel like he connects with his viewers as much as he can, as anybody can with what is it, like 10.5 million subscribers now.
Yeah, something that I don't have.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, it's physically impossible to respond to
10 million people. Yeah,
an audience like that, even if you were, that's all you were ever doing.
yeah. It would take him years to just go through one video, probably.
But yeah, he's another YouTuber who I admire because I can tell, he puts a lot of heart into what he's talking about when he puts something out. Um, and really just like, I love the Game Grumps. I got to meet PewDiePie for a second at PAX Prime last year, and that was really cool. There's something about, any individual who has a desire and a drive to create and put something out there, and there's something that like if you're someone like that as well, like it's infectious. Like you gain like all this inspiration just by seeing them do that, and you're like, wow, they love what they do and they're doing it, and maybe they have a big audience, maybe they have a small audience, but like, that's something that I can relate
Yeah.
to. And yeah, it just totally fuels you with like this drive to like do the same and like just express your creative juices and put it out there as well.
So why did you start YouTube?
Um, why did I start you? Well, I started my YouTube channel just like anyone else did because, I mean, YouTube's such a big thing that it's kind of like Facebook, like everyone has an account, right? But
Yeah.
I guess if we're talking about like why did I start uploading videos?
Hmm.
It kind of ties into just that, I guess, desire to like express yourself or like um, have some kind of outlet. And when I decided to start uploading videos, I thought, let's try doing a let's play thing. So I started off. I think the first game that I started playing was Power Rangers for the SNES. And I as like no views, and I'm pretty sure they're like unlisted, but you can still find them if you look through the playlists.
Oh yeah. You think they're hidden? They're not.
Which I'm glad, they're there. They're just not like on the featured area. But like, um, I started doing that, and I kind of started to gain like more experience with over time because I back then I kept to a 2 video a day schedule,
Hmm.
which was insane. Like I don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Those schedules are rough,
yeah, because
especially
I
if you have a job
yeah, especially if you have a job, especially if you're in school. There's uh,
or a
um,
life. If you have a
or a life.
life,
Yeah,
yeah, in
it's
general.
it's 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 not just a career. It's like a lifestyle.
Yeah. By then you're just
Um,
you're dedicated.
yeah, and so I was, like back then I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the ground running, and I'm gonna make the algorithm make it so that like people, like YouTube thinks that like my channel, needs to be seen because it's like being there's a new post twice a day or whatever, and then I started to notice that like not only was that not not the case, like that's not really what was happening with my views or anything like that. YouTube, the algorithm wasn't connecting the way I thought it would, but like I wasn't really enjoying it the way I thought I would, by uploading twice a day. Because that was too much. Like it was,
Yeah.
it became more of a chore rather than like a passion.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially when you start, you're like, man, I would really like to go out and do something, but I've got to record.
yeah, exactly. So I definitely I switched it up, and that's why I'm doing what I do now, and I love what I do now. It's much more fun. Um, the question though was why did I start, and I think it was really just yeah it was there, and I knew that I could do it. I saw that other people were doing it, and I saw videos similar to like what I would want to do, and I was like, I can do that too. And it really just comes down to that. Like I can do that. Like
So was it hard for you to start YouTube? Did you have like, anxiety about, your first video or whatnot?
yeah, absolutely. I definitely had anxiety. Was it hard? I don't think so. Not not really. Because anybody can turn on a camera and
Yeah.
just film like the cringiest video ever and then post it on the internet for the world to judge. But
Oh, and they'll do it.
and they'll do it, and that's one of the best parts about the internet. People, there's no filter. It's just like it's a repository of like humanity's like best and worst, and yeah, it's great. I think over time, that anxiety, you kind of learn to like the more you do it, the less
Yeah.
of a big deal it becomes. I mean, it's still there. Like for me, it's still there, but like it's not like in the forefront of my consciousness anymore. Like I know what I'm doing, and really, it's just about producing good content for me and like making it fun. At the end of the day, really, it's about making it fun.
Yeah.
So if I'm just a nervous ball of like anxiety, then it's no fun. So
Yeah, you're
I
sitting
try
there on the
to
other end going, I can do this.
yeah
I can do this. I can.
yeah
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad video.
yeah. So I try to just relax and easy, and because like the internet, it's people are gonna say whatever they want. It's the internet, and I think as creators, as YouTubers, we kind of have to develop um, a sense of like uh, critique, like to be able to take harsh criticisms
Yeah,
and
you got to be
know
able to
like
take it like a grain of salt.
yeah, exactly, know when like people are just being stupid and trolling, and
Yeah,
just
which 99.9% of the time.
yeah, you can't let it bother you because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is still something that I think a lot of people want to do, and letting you know negative feedback like that stop you from doing it is disappointing, I
So
think.
I guess since we're kind of leading into that, what is advice you have for new YouTubers that are just like starting uploading their first video, getting ready to record and whatnot?
I would say just
Don't
be
do it.
yourself. I would say be yourself. Do it. Do it. You know.
Go out and grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah, yeah. Shia LaBeouf said it real well. I mean, don't let your dreams be dreams. Like, if you have a passion for anything, do it. Like, there's no reason to like be apprehensive about it, because it's better to like know that you tried at least and then like be like, oh, that wasn't so great, as opposed to like never knowing,
Not
because
to
you just
mention, if
never
you
took that
try
step.
and fail, you might find another thing that you like.
And you always do. Like there's always going to be improvements, and like it's all going to be a learning process, but like there's no progress if nothing happens.
The
So
the whole if you fall down, you fall down to learn to get yourself back up.
yeah, totally. Like I mean,
Thank you, Batman.
and what's great about YouTube too is like it's sort of like a timeline as well. Like you can go back to like several years down the line on like any successful YouTuber, or like big YouTuber, quote unquote, um, their channel, and you can see like what they were doing when they were first starting out, and like you compare it to whatever they're doing today, and you're just like, wow, that's not at all like the same quality or the same like you know um, presentation that they were doing before. Like you can tell that over time they learned as well, and they went through a very similar process. It's all a learning process, and it's necessary as a YouTuber, I think. But if you love to do, if this is what you love to do, if this is what you want to do it. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. Don't think about it, just do it.
Exactly. Think about it later and then improve.
Yeah. Once you record your first episode, then think about it
Hmm.
after you uploaded it.
Yeah. The more work you do, the better you get. Like it,
Yeah.
it
I
only
mean,
it only gets better.
in the beginning, it's going to be like you're stuck in a rut, but you'll get that break
Hmm.
in due time.
Hmm. The worst thing you can do is to not do anything at all.
Exactly. So, is there anybody that you would like me to try to get a hold of to interview that's not like Markiplier? I can
Well, yeah. Let me just
try.
let me just call up Markiplier real quick and ask him.
Yeah, I can try.
Um,
I mean,
no, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, there actually is a YouTuber in mind. He's a YouTuber who I did my first collaboration ever with, and I think he would enjoy doing a podcast. Um, his name is Crow Dimos of Crow Cities Entertainment. He is a good friend of mine, and we collaborated on an episode of The Dark Side back when it was called The Dark Side, and he has a series on his channel called The Library, where it's it's similar to what I do, where he kind of reviews um, like a topic and then presents it in a video. But I think it's a little bit more broad than just like the dark. Like I know he likes to focus on other things too, like the furry fandom is one of his videos, one of the topics of his videos. And he's also, I think he's first and foremost a filmmaker, not just like a YouTuber. Like he's very interested in like producing actual like films for independent release and things like that. So I would recommend him for a podcast.
Well, I'll have to see if I can get a hold of him. All right, so I guess we can stop that and move on to the random questions. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, do you prefer straight or bendy straws?
Straight.
I agree. Can you play chess?
Yes.
What's your preferred piece in Monopoly?
What's my prefer? Oh, that's a hard one because like there's so many different kinds of monopolies
In classic, we'll go classic.
in classic.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, um the car?
The car.
No, the top hat. The
The
top
top
hat
hat.
for sure.
Not the wheelbarrow, the battleship? Or the shoe?
There's a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See this. You can see how often I play like classic Monopoly.
Do you sing in the shower?
No, but I do sing in the car.
Oh.
Yeah, because no one can hear me in the car,
Or so you think.
or so I think.
So what's your most used phrase?
Oh gosh. Probably like, you know what I mean? I say that. That's like the first thing that comes to mind. I say that a lot. You know what I mean?
So what's your most used word then?
Um,
It is probably being a YouTuber.
Probably gonna be um.
If they were doing a movie about you, about your life, who would you want to play you?
Um,
Rosie O'Donnell?
let's see. Rosie O'Donnell. I don't know. She hasn't been in any movies recently, has she?
No, I think she's done.
That's see, because I I don't know, dude. That's a hard question to answer. There's so many people out there. I don't know. Let's say let's go with let's go with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, you think he'd
Yeah.
portray you the best?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't know who would though. You know what I mean? Um,
Let's
gosh,
say
that's a hard one.
you did just see Deadpool, right?
Yeah, yeah. We're on the topic. That's the only reason that came up. Um, yeah, I don't know. I That's a hard one, dude. That's a hard one.
Okay,
Let's put a pin in that one.
we'll put a pin in that one. We might come back to that.
Okay.
Do you have any lucky items, objects, or traditions?
Lucky items, objects, or traditions. No, I don't really. I don't know. I don't really carry anything on me that like I'm like, oh gosh, this is like I can't not have this on me. Like um no, not really.
If evildoers invade your country, would you rush to the battle lines to defend the motherland, or would you hide in a box?
It depends. It depends on like what they were doing.
One of the hide to survive things.
Like if it was like a straight up anarchy type thing where like, it's like you're gonna die if you go out there, then probably not. Probably not. I choose life.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Uh, do you believe government hides technology and information from public?
One more time?
Do you believe governments hide technology and information from the public?
I do.
We know you do. You bastard.
We
I
know
you're
you're
listening to this call right now. What am I thinking? Oh yeah, you know what it is.
They knew what it was before you did. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly. Those bastards. Uh, okay. Do you prefer shopping on high street or online?
Um, Online for sure. It's like so much easier to find what you need online.
Oh yeah, sometimes. Would you ever want to learn to fly?
That would be awesome. Can you teach me?
Technically, yeah, I could.
Yeah, that's actually like the superhero question, or like what would your superpower be? Like that's usually my go-to is like, I would love to be able to fly. That would be awesome.
So have you? I take it then you've never been up in a hot air balloon.
I've never been in a hot air balloon. I have been skydiving though.
Oh, that
Um,
would be fun.
yeah, it just doesn't last that long because gravity and all that. But
Yeah, gravity's a bitch,
yeah, that thing called gravity.
and it always wins.
Yeah,
Till you open
yeah.
a parachute. Wahaha! Foiled again, gravity. You ain't crushing me on that rock.
Yeah, if skydiving wasn't so like expensive, like for one drop, like I would do it in a heartbeat, over and over and over again. Like that,
I know,
one of
right?
the most exhilarating things
This
I've
is when
ever
you
done.
get your own plane.
Yeah, right.
You fly, me jump. I hope I practice shoot right. So, have you ever gotten lost in a maze?
No,
No.
I don't know. It's mostly because I've never really had much of an opportunity to. Like, I'm sure
Everything's
if
like easy.
yeah, yeah. Like I went through like a pineapple maze in Hawaii once, but I've always found mazes really fascinating. Um,
Have you
I don't
ever?
know. Try again.
Have you ever ridden a camel?
No, I've never done that.
I think I have.
I hear that they can go without water for like a year or something like that. Something crazy like
Yeah,
that.
it's like
Like,
it's at least a couple months.
yeah.
But they drool a lot, so I don't want one in my backyard.
I hear they smell so bad.
Well, if you lived in a desert, you'd probably smell bad too.
I'm sure yeah, touche.
That's a good point. Have you ever been attacked by a wild animal?
I've been attacked by a bee before.
I don't know if you count that as an animal more than an insect.
Yeah, it got me right between the eyes.
Well,
But
maybe your
animal,
eyes shouldn't have been there. Move your head.
right? I was a child at the time. It was no fun.
Wow.
But no, I've never been attacked by an animal. I don't not to my memory anyway.
Have you ever cheated on a test?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Right, the hand answers on your hand.
No, no, I when I was in elementary school, I was kind of a distracted student, we'll say. I copied off of my friends a lot back when I was in like grade school.
Nice.
Um, There's actually it got to a point one time in fifth grade that I was copying, or I'd written a little note to my friend who sat next to me, and it got to the point like at this point where like all of my friends were just like fed up with it. They were like, don't help Chris, don't help him, and he was like, yeah, I'll give you the answers and everything. He nodded towards me, and I like filled out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like to fill out, and then he spelt like he put in the letters, and I got it back, and it said FUCKYOU. I was like, oh, and I was like, come on, dude, I really need help. And so he was like, all right, and then he like took it up to the teacher, and she like read it out to the class, and it was the most mortifying thing in my life. Like at the time, people were like looking around, like, oh my god, who is it? One of my friends up at the top of the class is like looking back at me, like, was it you? And I was like, no. And then she read my name out loud, and I was just like, done. I'm done.
Oh, no, maybe it was me.
I'm dead. So yeah, no, and yeah, after that, I kind of straightened up. I think
You think?
I like to think so.
What's cooler, dinosaurs or dragons?
Dragons.
Hello? That was a stupid question. That's a, that's an obsolete question. It's always dragons.
This question is irrelevant.
Why did I ask that? Do you still have any music on vinyl or cassette tapes?
Damn. Well, I've never.
If you
Can't
say
say
no, I'm gonna cry because that's bullshit.
I can't say I've ever owned a vinyl like
Really?
record. Like, I mean, not like I've never collected them. No.
I mean, come on, I'm only like 27. I got a whole box of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got 3 years on me.
You're calling me
um,
old?
I didn't see the '80s, but like,
I didn't either. I
oh,
was
yeah.
2, 3, and then
Um,
the 90s came along.
well, like I remember having cassette tapes and things like that, but it was never like by the time I got into like collecting music, it was the era of like CD players and things like that. So
I
any
never got
cassettes that
these
I can remember were like the read along like Disney
hooked on
books where like
phonics.
yeah, where you'd like turn the cassette, like there'd be like a little memo at the end, like turn to side B for part two or whatever, and
Oh
like
god dang it!
it would like
I was
simultaneously.
so into this.
Yeah, right. Oh no, one of the ones that the last cassette that I can remember owning was it was like actually a Goosebumps reading cassette tape, which was really cool. Like it would it'd read you the story, and then like it kind of reached the halfway point where it'd tell you to turn it, and then you get to the other side, and like it would rewind it as you were listening. So like by the time you got to the end of that side, like it would be good to like start from the beginning again and
Nice.
all that. So yeah, um, no, I don't really. I don't think I own any cassette tapes anymore.
Could you ever hunt for your own meal?
If I absolutely had to, then yeah, I could.
You gonna be one of them people running around trying to catch the chicken? Hold
If
still.
it's
Hold still.
yeah, if it's hunt the chicken or die, then I'm gonna choose hunt the chicken.
All right, this chicken's getting clever. We're gonna have to be smart.
Yeah, chickens are really smart animals, people.
Yeah, but they don't like nets very well.
No.
Have you ever baked your own bread?
No, I've never tried.
You should. It's pretty good.
I hear it's a fun thing to do.
I
One
wouldn't
of
go
my
that
friends
far.
was doing that. You
Yeah.
don't have a passion for making bread, is what you're
No, I have a passion for doing interviews on YouTube.
well, that's fair.
Can you name all 50 American states?
No.
Can
I
you
can
name
confidently say
any American states? How many can you
I can.
name?
Oh
Roughly.
gosh. Okay. Okay, listen. I was born in California. I moved to Hawaii where I had most of my grade school education. So
So
I
you
don't know. I
name
feel like
California,
they don't
Hawaii.
have I feel like they don't have a very good system in place for like the rest of the United States.
They're on their own
Anyway, so
island.
yeah, I mean we could run through my knowledge, but it's somewhere around like maybe 20 tops, like right off the top of my head.
That's
Um
about average, to be honest.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did one of those tests recently where like you can try and like you can drag and drop like where the states belong on the map, and like I kind of learned over time. It was kind of fun, kind of teaching myself like where everything went. But I'm sure at this point I've forgotten everything.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
name all 50 states?
I used to.
Yeah.
I can count to 50.
Like a state that I always forgot existed was like Indiana.
That's like 2 states over for me, so I know that one.
Okay. Yeah, like that's one that like I didn't hear very much about like when
Like
I was living in Hawaii.
I would forget something like Wyoming
Uh-huh.
or South Dakota.
Yeah.
I'd probably forget North Dakota too. I forget that there's like Dakota.
Yeah. They should just combine it and make it easier.
All right, for your last one, and probably the most controversial one you'll have, and I probably shouldn't ask you this, but do you think Barbie is
Gosh.
a negative role model for young girls or a positive?
I think people are stupid.
I think people are stupid, but
Like, okay. Are you referring to the like the whole thing where they changed Barbie's image recently?
no, just it's question 573.
Okay. So the question was, do I think Barbie is a good role model
Young girls, yeah, kids.
for young girls? Um, I mean, not really, because she's a doll. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of things that aren't good role models for. I mean, if you're going to take it seriously, like with, like girls need to look up to, like, I don't know. I don't think so. No,
I'm gonna have to
probably.
say, just for referential point, I'm gonna have to say no because well, one of my family members has a trailer trash Barbie doll, so
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we might frown upon that.
We might frown upon it. Might ask you a new car or a new question. Yeah, I'll ask you a new car.
Do it. I'm loving it. Keep them coming.
Well, I'm already 42 minutes in, and I think that's longer than it
Oh yeah.
evens.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever planted a tree?
I feel like I have. I'm gonna say yes.
What was your first alcoholic drink?
My first alcoholic drink was a beer.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
I was very young.
I was over the age of 21 when I did it.
It was a sip, so I mean, I don't know if that counts, but like,
Yeah, it's still nasty.
yeah, not a fan.
Wait a minute, they skipped 70 through 77. Come on, like half-ass these questions. Okay, last one. Do you think laughing at somebody else's misfortune is wrong?
Yes. Well, okay, listen. There's a fine line though with that one because it's like if you were genuinely being like an asshole and like laughing at someone to their face about their misfortune, then yes, it's wrong. But like I don't know, there's a lot of humor that comes out of that as well. And I think as long as like that's apparent, then it's totally right.
I grew up where
So,
my mother laughed at everything, so it's only
yeah,
funny to me.
yeah. There's a certain sense of humor that
I guess
that
if
can.
you're helping them back up, it wouldn't be so bad.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, if it it depends on where it comes from.
oh yeah. But anyways, that's all we have for time for today. Don't forget to go over to Blue's channel and check it out. The link will be in the description and most likely extremely plastered all over this video the whole time. And cards and annotations, and you need to go click and go watch his content like right now. So
Do it.
do it. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. And as always, guy, take it easy.